top of the morning, top of the night, whatever the case may be. My name's Ben Matthews, aka Ben Time Traveler. I am who I say I am. Your government with inside the government ain't. Trust me on this. We all know this to be the truth now. You see it, man. Like I said, I ain't talking about the deep state, the window dressing. I'm talking about the government with inside the government, man. The one world order. Because there's nothing new about it, man. I made a video a little while back. Actually, I think I made two of them, two different times. If you don't mind me coming on here and ranting a little bit about my neighbor. But I made a video. Use it, follow me on my YouTube channel. You know this to be the truth and the facts. Talking about how I was looking out my window and I seen him grab his dog and was yelling at it and drag it across his driveway to his house spigot and turned it on and smacked the dog, opened up the dog's mouth and had the water go into its mouth, and then smacked it again and told him bad. And I really didn't understand what the hell was going on at the beginning, you know. Except maybe the dog got into something that it shouldn't have got into, right? You know, some kind of poison. And shortly after that, I made a video that I see my neighbor throwing something over my fence. By the time I got downstairs to go in the backyard to see what it was, the mother cat that had her kittens grabbed a hold of it, whatever it was, and took off with it. And I don't know what it was, if she ate it or what happened. I can't honestly say. But shortly after that, one after another of her 5 kittens started getting sick. And one by one, they were dying. Out of 5 cats, 3 of them died, and 2 of them so far, one's still sick, one's looking a lot better. I've been buying them that kitten milk and trying to do the best I can to get them healthy again, try to save them and her, because she was sick too. The mother cat was sick too. But I can't say that, you know, that's what he did. He, poisoned them cats. I can't say that to be the truth and facts. But I know I made videos of it. And I also made a video of some time back. I caught him shooting the cat with a BB gun or pellet gun, not sure which one it was. And he denies it. He told the cops that he wasn't shooting at the cat. It don't matter. He was shooting at the cat. You know, maybe the cop want to believe his lies. That's fine, and whatever. But he said, I wasn't shooting at the cat. Yeah, I sat there and watched it. I was sitting on the back porch and seeing the whole thing, man. Well, first I heard it, and that's what drew me to my attention towards the cat sitting on the back fence, and then I heard it again, and the cat jumped down off the back fence. I can't prove it, man. You know, just can't prove it. But for over 30 years, well, I don't know, 20 some years anyway. See all that grass right there? That tree's there, that tree there I planted that bush, I planted this tree right here, I planted all that. Well, I dug up all that grass. Oh, I don't know, it had been 20 some years ago or something like that. I dug all that up and I reseeded it and got it to where I wanted it, you know. and I keep my grass at a certain height. I keep my grass at a certain height, you know. Well, he kept on cutting down at the down at that end there. He kept on cutting it, and then always shorter and shit, and then looked like crap or whatever. I never said anything, you know. Well, I put down some fertilizer, a little too heavy, down there, and I burnt the grass, man. I know I did. I burnt my grass, man. Just a couple spots there. What I was gonna do is I was gonna dig it up, man, and replant the same grass that I've been planted to be the first time. I hate having different patches of grass, different grass types in the yard. I was gonna plant the same grass there, and fix it up, man. And they just you give somebody an inch, man, and they want to take a mile, man. Anyway, they're down there putting that old raggedy ass shit on there, man. Got clovers or whatever they calling it, shit. They put in it, patching it up. And you could go, I'll show you, man. You can see the clovers and everything. Well, I was asking what the hell they doing and shit. And, then I asked him, what the hell you were throwing over the fence that day, and he's denying it, shit. But why would you take your dog in a panic mode, but violently too? I got to put that in there. It was violent, out of panic, I guess. Drag it across your driveway, man. Turn on your house spigot, man. Literally open up its mouth and put water in it, shit, man. It's like shaking it around and shit, and then smack it and say bad, because it got into something it shouldn't have got into. Anyway, this all stemmed from him having pigeons, and he thinks the cats are killing his pigeons. That's not what's happening, man. It was the possums. And I made videos of it. I even caught the possums for him, man. Went out and brought a live cage, but caught the possums and shit. Can't get rid of them all. But he thinks that, it's the cats. Well, all of a sudden, after, these cats are dying one after another. Just another day ago, what's he do? He gets rid, I don't know if he has any pigeons left or not, but he gets rid of his pigeon cage. I'm watching him out in the drive or the alley and shit, loaded up, and I don't know if he sold it or what he did, give it away, whatever he did, man. But it wasn't the cats killing his pigeons, man. And I know I ain't been myself for quite a few months, man. To be truthfully honest with you, man, Cheryl's been sick for a while. And I just can't go out taking on a new world order right now, man. I gotta take care of her, That's my job, man. Make sure she's all right, And my mind. It's not that I got tired of this or I got weak or soft or lost interest or anything like that. It's just my mind's not in it to sit. My mind's in it for her right now, and that's just that, man. I have to spend more of my energy on her than kicking the New World Order's ass. Anyway, there's plenty of these money whores out here that are telling you the truth anyway. So, but I have been doing some research on the fire in Hawaii, because we all seen the video about the laser weapon and shit, man, some time ago and shit. So I've been doing some research, man, going back and, not just looking at the weather pattern and look, I went, hang on here, man. I went to a couple different websites and stuff, man, and they got cameras and live feeds and shit, man. And during the day, a couple of days before that day it had happened, just see if I could find any evidence of such thing may have took place. And be truthful, so far, no. I ain't seen nothing on cameras or anything during the day before or during that day. But there's a lot of places you can go look. Because, see, I don't want to come out here and say something that's not truth and facts and shit, man. And, but I will continue to do some research. And if I find something, man, that I see on camera and shit, man, because it's been on camera before, man. It's been caught on camera before, man. I'll look a little bit more, man. If I find something, I'll come out here and I'll spread it, man. Till then, I'm not gonna say it, man, if it's true or not. It's sad though. Sad of the president of the United States of America is such a piece of shit, man. He should have already been there, man. He don't want to get in the way and shit. Yeah, whatever, dude. You just ain't got the time, man, for them people. He's already out here now, though. He giving a warning to California, about the hurricane. He's out here giving you warnings about that. He's got FEMA all put in place and shit, man, already and shit. He's already given that warning. He's not. He was told to give that warning. Everything he does, he's told what to do. Let me see if I can get the chat pulled up. I think I can see Paris. I think. I can't see the chats, man. Like I said before, they don't allow me to see the chats anymore. First, they took away my thumbs downs. Couldn't see how many people hated on me. And there's a reason for that, because you figure out the algorithm once you see that, man. Well, for that portion of the algorithm, the ups and downs, the thumbs up, thumbs down, and shit. I think I researched that. I think I researched that some time ago. I think, if I remember right, out of every 10 views you get, you'll get one thumbs up, and an average of 5 views, half of them were fake views from fake bots. Bullshit. Not real. I don't know. That was the algorithm with me, man. Every 10 views I got one thumbs up, and only 5 of them only 5 views were actually people. The other 5s are just fake. Now it's all real, man. They straddled me down so bad and shadow banned me and fucking put me in a little box and shit, man. What you see is the truth. If you see 5 views on this video, that's how many views I got, man. I don't want to, I want to get along with my neighbors, man, but I've been raising that mama cat for 2 years, since she was a kitten and shit, man. And you all know this, man. Her sister I brung back to life, man. She was almost dead. That's the first one I think he shot in the mouth. She couldn't eat and shit, man. Her mouth was all messed up. And I literally got them lickables, man. I talk about it in my videos. I put it together, man, for, and show, but I got her them lickables and went out and literally, she's a wild cat, but she literally, I went up to her, man. I was able to finally get her to start licking them up, and then got her onto some water and put her on some of the, after a couple of weeks, got her on some of the wet cat food, whole wet cat food. And then after a while, I was able to see if I mixed it with some dry shit, see if she could eat it, and eventually a little bit of the dry shit. And then, but she still pretty much has to eat the canned wet shit. But like I say, though, I've been, I, I didn't ask for these cats, man. They didn't ask for me. But I'm not going to let a cat suffer. Not let any animal suffer. Felt bad about these kittens. They were dying. It happened. It was past tense. There was nothing I could do for the three, because she was winging or nursing, man. So whatever she ate, if she didn't take it back to them and let them eat it, she probably ate it. And being nursing, it went. It's sad, man. Because she was sick too. Mama cat was sick too for a while, man. Got all skinny. Like I said, I had to buy that kitten milk, man. It was sad. But I don't want to hate nobody. It's one thing though, you can't go around doing to people, man. You can't sit there going out threatening people and hating, like that, man. You can voice your opinion, speak your mind. You tell a person he's a piece of shit, tell him fuck off, you know. But you can't threaten them, man. You know, say what you gotta say it, but don't be in a threatening way. Even on here on the internet, man, you can't go against the left and shit and call them all these names and threaten them and shit, because all you're gonna do is end up going to jail or prison, man. They come out here and they get you all pumped up, man. They get you all fucking riled up. And 1776 again and shit. Why they sit on their ass and shit, man. You know, I get so tired of these people running around playing soldiers out here and shit, man. You know, I, I, I do. I get tired of people running around here playing soldiers, man. When the real ones out there putting their lives on the line or losing their lives and shit. Our sons, daughters, grandchildren, etc. And these people want to run around here acting like they're soldiers and shit, man. That they're gonna sit here and take on the United States government and shit, man. And here comes Sissy Girl or Smoky Girl right now. That's the one that got shot in the mouth, man. That was the one that got shot in the mouth. Yeah, but you can't go out threatening people and shit, man. Well, I told him. I told him what I thought and shit, man. Prove it. Tell me, prove that we did it. That's a sure tell right there, man. Prove I did it. Like I said, I can't prove it. I just know what I see in my own two eyes. People get a lot on their plate and shit and can't handle things, man. Too much on their plate all at once and shit. Next thing you know, man, they're snapping and shit, man. I'm not down with that, man. Like I said before, I got a level head, man. I know right from wrong. Take me back some years ago, man. I didn't know right from wrong. Didn't give a shit about right and wrong, man. he gave me these visions, man. And for a long time, I thought I was cursed. I thought, this is crazy, And I realized, it's a blessing, man. He only gives me what I can handle. He knows that I had other stuff on my plate, man. He's let me deal with that, man. Don't understand everything, though. I don't understand everything. But I sure know we're living in the end of times, man. Sit there and you think about the mark of the beast, if I could getting it, supposed to get the chip in your. What? Huh? Cat's talking to me. Huh? I don't know which one it is. But everybody thinks, get the mark on the forehead and on the hand, you already got the mark, man. And I've been trying to say this for a while since I got here, You use your face recognition, but you use your eyes to open your phone, your computer, you use your thumb. You're already, man. It's technology, period, man. I don't know what kind that is. Yeah, that old nasty orange cat, man, that showed up. The old lady down the road a couple of years ago, she died. It was her cat. And nobody ever took care of it, man. And ended up here, of course. All raggedy, nasty. Lovable, though. But, man, it's just nasty. And any other male cat, I don't guess it must be a male. I can't tell if it's a male or female. I don't know. But any male cat, that must be a male. It's keeping them away from the yard, man. And it'd sit there and these other cats would try to come up and eat. And it would just jump off the porch like Superman, man, super cat. All the other male cats and stray cats and shit. But the cats that live here in the backyard, they didn't have no problem with. Gets along great with them. Sits there and them sick kittens would come up and start eating shit. It would walk away and let the kittens eat. When they got done, then it would go over and start eating and watch it. It's like, wow. But it's a nasty cat, man. It's old, man. Let it live out its life here, man. And shit. And yeah, it was, man. It would just sit there and look at you, and shit would run out of its ass, man. That's how nasty it was, man. We got some medicine and did this and did that and put it in its food, and that seems to be a lot better now. Like, it used to be the old lady's cat down the road. She died, man, and they just nobody ever took care of it, man. Comes out, you can pet it and everything if you wanted to. I wouldn't. It's all hair's all natty. And it looks like it's been. It don't look like it's ever lost a fight, but it looks nasty. But yeah, you see it right before your eyes, man. God's the only one that ain't lied to us, man. He told us about it, how it was going to happen. Crucifying Christians, and you see that happening, man. They're going right after Christians and Catholics, anybody that believes in God, man. He told us this was going to happen, man. I guess people think when he's, you're going to be crucified, people got a vision of us all being on crosses and shit. Well, you be crucified many ways, man. Financially, starvation, viruses, many ways to crucify a human being. Yeah, I try to get my head back in the game, man, but there's just some things that are more important, in the now, near now. But just remember, man, you get frustrated and mad and shit, man, and you get these money whores out here at 1776 all over again and shit, man. Just think first, man, before you react, man. Think of the outcome and all that good shit. Because, they sit there, and some people got shit in heart, man, but some people don't, man. They want total chaos, just like Lucifer does. Total control and destruction, because that's how to get you to obey, man. You know, disasters are a great way to get people to obey. We've seen it with the virus. We just seen it again in Hawaii, man. Telling people what they can and can't do. I don't really know why people drive by my house and stare. I really don't. My yard don't look that good. But you gotta keep a level head, man. But you see the chaos again once again in the streets, the looting and all that good stuff, man, and nothing being done about it because it's okay, and it's not okay in their eyes. It's okay because that's part of the plan. They just can't get they just can't get you Christians, and mostly is on the right, to commit. You know, if they could have, there would have been a whole lot more used there January 6th and in prison. And that's the beautiful thing in a way, man, that a good percentage is don't commit to the bullshit. And don't get me wrong, you have a right to defend yourself, man. If somebody's trying to do bodily harm, man, physical harm, you have a right to defend yourself. That's just written in fucking stone. But you ain't got the right to be an aggressor, and don't even get tricked into that shit, man. See it in the earlier stage when I first got here and shit, was doing my thing on the road and shit, man. They tried to set me up. They tried to get me to do things that would get me locked up. Simple things like smoking marijuana in a state that wasn't legal. Well, that didn't happen. I didn't smoke marijuana in whatever state it wasn't legal. If it was legal in California, I smoked it. If it was legal in Oregon, I smoked it. Legal in Michigan, I smoked it. Colorado, I smoked it. But if it wasn't legal in Ohio, I didn't smoke it. Yeah, we've been below temperature here, man. Middle of August, not even exactly the middle of August, man. It feels like September. It's been feeling like September for a couple of weeks here, man. Nothing grew right this year. I don't even think we had maybe only 2 days of 90 plus weather. I don't even think I have to research that, man. I think that's pretty much on the money right there. Yeah. When you see the government being as corrupt as they are, if that don't scare you, I don't know what to tell you. One of the first things I said when I got here, man, watch out. The government's going to be weaponized. Ancient Egypt. I'm not sure what exactly the name of it is in here now, but got the staff and the two snakes facing each other. That's your medical sign right now. Well, it ain't what it represented back then. It's funny that people can't see the technology, the same as much as what's happening in your now. Back then, I guess because they didn't have videos back then. They didn't, you could only chip that shit in the side of a rock and gets lost in the translation down the road. But there's so much things that were going on back then that's happening now. Like I don't know. I here's a fine example I like to use. Virgin Mary, getting pregnant. She was a virgin. She got pregnant. And well, back then it was a miracle. God did that. But today, you got the medical means of actually doing it. It actually exists today. Flying chariots, dragons, etc., etc., etc. From one end of this world to the other end of this world. Don't matter if it's people in India talking about it, or the people in China were talking about it. It didn't matter if people in South America talking about it. They all were describing the same thing. And they didn't have the technology to travel from one continent to the other continent to to build all these pyramids. They didn't have the technology to travel from one continent to another continent to say, hey, we see these things flying in the air, and then these people take the story. They didn't have that, man, that communication. But yet they're all, because see, that's what was written. That's for you to see the truth. That's God's writing. It's right there. And of course, the evil one wants to sit there and distort it and mislead you and make you think it totally means something else, man. And don't forget, the fallen ones, they're still here. Okay, they're still here. And that's another thing people can't wrap their brains around, man. Is how long do they live for? Huh? Ever think of that? You know, they were back then, they still here today. I mean, thousands and thousands of years is that? Hey, God created them too. They just turned, man. They wanted to become God themselves, more, powerful like the all. Lord Jesus Christ, King of Kings. They want to become that higher level, and it ain't possible. That's why God gave Lucifer control of this planet to do as he pleased, man. Because God know he created everything perfect and right the first time, man. Us, he's changing our DNA. God created the water perfect. They're poisoning it. God created the air we breathe perfect. What they spraying in the fucking air. Created the food perfect. GMO food. Yeah. And it's hard for people to understand that he's in control of everything. The evil one on this planet. Because he was gave this planet to be proven wrong, of course. But he got it right. God got it right. We were content, like I said, of being gatherers of nuts, wheat, grasses, fruits, you know. And all of a sudden, here come take a bite of that apple. And what that represent? Going out there and starting to plant the seeds, planting fields, technology, leaning towards technology, getting smarter and smarter and smarter. Yeah. Thank you, Apple Computer. I know you're evil because you put it right on the back of your shit. An apple with the bite taken out of it. Look at who I am. You will worship this thing. Thou shalt have no other God before me. A lot of people think that computer man's their God. A lot of people think this phone's their God. The TV's their God. And now you got your artificial intelligence, man. The last phase of the great plan, I guess. I don't know. It ain't gonna work, but it ain't gonna work at all, man. But hey, let them keep trying, man. Come out with your artificial intelligence and then sit there and put in there who is Jesus, who is God, and I'll tell you it's a lie and they don't exist and blah 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 blah. They pretty much already do that anyway, don't they? They put in there what they want to put in there. The beautiful part of all this right now, though, man, is that that a group of individuals are finally waking up. My brothers and sisters that they're getting the short end of the stick right now, man. They're being replaced with millions and millions and millions of illegal aliens. Are replacing them, taking their jobs. Because they'll work cheaper. They'll work. Because people don't understand how many billions of dollars are going into this operation of doing away with one group of people, man. They don't even see it happening, man. But a lot of them are waking up to it. Bless their hearts, man. A lot of them are waking up to it. They're realizing. But they're being replaced. I'm trying to replace the whole middle class, man. But first things first, man. And the thing that's people that are voting for him. I don't know what Biden get in the African American community votes. 92%. But they don't care, man, because that'll be a threat to them, man. They know that people will rise up once they all realize it all at one time, and that's a threat. So they have to eliminate that, do away with that group of individuals. Got to keep them poor, man. Move another group of individuals in, man, that are going to go to work these jobs, man. Instead of sitting there creating jobs for my brothers and sisters in the neighborhoods, in the hoods, they're just going to let them kill each other, man. Keep looting and robbing, man. And blame it on climate change. Yeah. Smoke a joint and a cigarette at the same time, I guess. Starting to get a little hot here, though. Sitting that sun coming down, man. Beating right here. Boom. I miss it. It rained like you know what yesterday. A couple days before that, it rained even harder than that. Yesterday was a good rain, though. It was coming down sideways, man, with the wind. And things are shifting, man. The planet is shifting, not the weather. It's the planet, but they'll blame it on the weather, man. Instead of telling you the truth that because it's so slightly of a pole shift right now. Everybody thinks it happens all at once and shit, man. That ain't how it rolls, man. It happens. It's happened numerous times, man. Mass extinctions happen numerous times on this planet, over and over and over and over. Why wouldn't you think that something like that wouldn't happen again? They proved that there's been numerous pole shifts, man, on this rock. They proved it time and time again. What makes people think it ain't gonna happen again? It's just people put this it all happens at one time theory in there shit. So it happens gradually, moving slowly but surely, man. Just like soft kill. It ain't designed. Soft kill ain't designed for y'all to see them killing everyone all at once. Shit, look at the virus, man. How many millions and millions of people they kill all around the world and shit. Nothing. Nothing. Nobody gives a shit at all, man. You see politicians, Republicans are gonna do this and do that, and I told you, man, I don't even know why we're even bothering shit, man. You have all the hearings you want. If Hunter Hunter Biden's lawyer already said ain't none of them gonna show up, even if they do subpoena them. And I said that the first video I made him talking about. I said, it don't matter. Nobody's going to show up, man. Who you going to go arrest these people to bring them in front of you? The FBI? The FBI is controlled by Biden. CIA? A marshal? Soldier arms? Nobody. But if that was me and you, then, like, boom, have your door kicked in and shit, man, be thrown into prison and shit, man. And another thing, I thought a speedy trial, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't know much about the law, but I thought a speedy trial was for the defendant. Person defending himself. I didn't think it was for the prosecutor to be able to use. I thought it was there. Fucking asshole. Cat was going across the street and he speeded up. But it's so corrupt, man. It's so weaponized, this shit, man. It's just like Biden come out here saying that economy's doing good. Really, bro? One day I go in and buy a can of tuna for $1. Next day I go in and buy that same can of tuna fish. Now it costs me $1.15. Yeah, I don't think I don't notice that shit. If I feel this way, man, about going to the store and shit, man, like, I dread going to the grocery store shop, man, because you can't make a budget, because you go in there, you make a budget, you go in there, and the budget gets blown away because shit goes up, man. But if I feel that way, I can imagine people that are worse off than me. Of course, I ain't doing too good, but I choose to live like that. Them big shiny things don't mean nothing to me. You got a roof over your head, food in your stomach, My age, halfway decent health. Hell, I didn't think I'd make it this long here, man. Here I am. Anyway, make another video documenting the truth and facts about my neighbor next door, man. Can't prove it. But I can go back, pull up videos for when things happen and shit, and say, hey, look, see, I was talking about it, man, right here in the video, man. Why would I make something up like that, Yeah, it's funny he got rid of his pigeons, man. I don't know if they all got killed. I don't think they all did, because I seen one out just before he got rid of them. I think he maybe on down to one or something. I don't know. But it's awfully funny, man. He got rid of that pigeon coop he built, man. Like I said, I don't know if he sold it, gave it away, or what, but he got rid of it. You seen all these cats around here. And it ain't the cats, man. I'm trying to tell 'em, man. It ain't the cats that are doing it, bro. Like I said, I'm not sure what he threw over the fence that one day. But when his dog had that, whatever it was in his mouth, he was really concerned about it, man. Really concerned that his dog getting sick. That's why he dragged him over to that faucet, man, turned it on and rinsed out his mouth, man. The only other thing I could think of is, well, I don't give him no right throwing anything over my fucking fence. Period. Don't give him a right shooting a BB gun or pellet gun towards my house, man. I don't give a shit if he says he ain't shooting at the cats or not. I don't give him no right. I'm not wrong. And I do confront him, man. I just, like I did, I confronted him. When I don't get violent, I don't go threatening and shit, man. Say, well, you're going to get even with you and shit. I don't say none of that shit, man. I just let him know I know what he's doing. And his wife, prove it. You got me there, man. I can't prove it. Not gonna tolerate back, and I'm gonna just, call him out when I see it, though. It's a bitch, man. You're sitting there, them cats for the time I try to catch them, I'll take them to the vet, man. But they just, by the time I was able to get them anyway, man, it's too late. They were two gone, the three, one after another, man. The other two, one's looking's a little bit better. One still looks sick. Still working on it, but they didn't ask for none of that, man. I hate perfectionists, man. That's what they are too. They're perfectionists. They're also religious. Go figure, huh? And matter of fact, now I think about it, just 3 or 4 days ago, maybe last week sometime, I don't know. I was trimming my tree in my front where they keep cutting the grass. I was trimming the tree there. Branches were getting too low, going up towards the sidewalk. And for no reason, because I told him, I asked him, don't talk to me no more. But he came out that day. He said, try to be all nice and shit, man. Can't we just be friends and, shake his hand and shit? I blew it off. I just like didn't say anything to him. I was polite, but I didn't say anything to him about what was going on because I already told him. But today, man, fucking with my grass like that, man. Yeah, I roller tilled it all up, man, 20 some years ago, man. Leveled it out, seeded it every every other year and shit. I seed it, because I seed my grass every other year, man. It's just what I do. I like a nice thick grass. And I like it yay thick. You just want to cut it, man. I didn't say anything about it for. Didn't say anything about it till today. Because like I said, I burned it, and I asked. I did that. I know, it was my fault. I burnt my grass in a couple spots, man. Instead of using the spreader and shit, man, I got out some gloves and threw it out by hand and shit. Laid it down too heavy. It's my fault. But I'll repair my own shit, man. Go put fucking your patch shit on there with fucking them globes or clovers or whatever the hell they call them and shit and different type of grass and shit, man. It ain't gonna work, man. I know it's petty, right? But there's a lot of things he was doing, man. Fucking with my fence, man. And tell him that's my fence there, man. I explain why we put this because we got a wooden fence around the backyard. We put a privacy fence around the whole backyard years and years and years ago. But by the city code shit, we couldn't come out towards the front. What we could do, and the reason we did this, because the people that lived there previous, well, a couple people lived there after that, but anyway, these people that were living there were parking right next to the house, our house, on our property. They had a shitload of cars there. And they get up and they leave their cars running in the morning shit, and that shit was coming in the window. We asked them 3 or 4 times politely, man, not to do that shit. They just kept on doing it. So anyway, I put up a steel fence. I had it surveyed. City told me what I could put up there, so we put up a steel fence. Well, it didn't match our wooden fence, but nonetheless, we couldn't put that up there. But one day he was about ready to tear down my shit, my fence. Whoa, what are you doing? Well, that's mine. I know that's not yours, dude. I paid for that, man. You know? You sure? Yeah, I'm positive, dude. Well, I don't know about, he's trying to look at the wooden fence and, oh, you got a wooden fence. Well, yeah, and I said, explain to him and shit, man. I didn't argue with him. I explained to him for fucking over an hour. Finally, I said, well, hang on, I actually believe I got the receipt in the house for it, man. Done a lot around this house, man. Dug up all around the foundation, had that all redone, had the siding put on the house. Had that big tree right there taken down. That big old tree in the middle of the yard, man. They had to block off the road and shit, but they didn't take it down. So they just dropped it in the road, man, and then cut it up, man. Yeah, that road blocked out perfect, man. They dropped it pretty damn good. And the reason we took that down because the roots made our porch cave in, man. They had to redo our porch, man, completely. But all these years, doing this, planting this tree, planting that bush, planting that tree, planting this, planting that, and then somebody just wants to come in and say, fuck with your shit. That's one thing since I've been on here, man. I take pride, and y'all know, man, that follow me on my YouTube channel. I take pride in that yard, man. But I'll never put down that shit again with my hand like that. It'll come back next year. Yeah, I was gonna sit there and scratch it all up, dig it up, man. Put some new dirt down and shit right there, and reseed it with the grass seed I usually use, man. The reason I burn it is because of the clovers, man, coming from their way over, man. See, I don't cut their shit, man. I don't cut their dirt. Got a little section, man, probably about 2.5 lawnmowers widths. I don't cut their shit. I know it's theirs. And I don't even own that out there in the front. I don't own that. He don't own it. I try to explain to him, but I've been maintaining it for all these years, man. But that's the city's property, man. I just hate somebody that says prove it. It's like somebody told me they're gonna kick my ass and shit, man. And I call them out on that shit, man. You don't prove it. You said it and you said there say prove it. That's a sure tell sign, man. Somebody tell you, prove it. That's a sure sign, man. Dealt with too many people that I know for a fact, man. They're lying to your face. They say, prove it. So you pull out the phone, man, with the recording on it and shit, man, and you say, here, I recorded it. Next thing you know, the police are knocking at your door, man, because you recorded a phone conversation that ain't legal to record the second party in that state, trying to set you up. That's another prove it. I don't want to go into details about that, man. Somebody tries setting me up like that, man. Threaten to kick my ass and shit, man. And his state, man, it's legal for me to record him on the telephone. And he was trying to set me up. Say, oh, prove it. That way, if I would have proved it and shit, then they would have come knocking at my door and arrested me and shit. But I had to explain to him that got an autistic person here, and she's got a special phone. So whenever you speak, if it's answered or recording or answer machine, it don't matter. If you're on there talking to somebody, it don't matter. It records the conversation on the screen and it gets saved. That's not against the law. So he couldn't call and turn me in and shit, man. Bummed him out. And it ain't my device. It's somebody that's handicapped. I don't give a shit where you calling from, man. I'm not the one recording you, man. The device is recording you as a medical device. Legal. So maybe you shouldn't say shit you shouldn't be saying. Let's see, we got Woodward, Dream Cruise tomorrow night. Be nice to go down there tonight, but be nice to go down there tomorrow too, but can't do it, man. Can't do it. Can't be that far away. And then we got the annual float down St. Clair River. I think that's Sunday. One year the wind was blowing so hard it pushed everybody into Canada and shit. A lot of people got in trouble and shit, man. You enter Canada illegally, man. No matter if the wind blew you there or not, man. But they'll have all kinds of Coast Guard down there. They'll have the sheriff down there on their boats. They'll have the Canadian will have their Coast Guard, their police. It's become a pretty big annual event. Don't know how good they'll do this year, man. How many people will show up and get in the water, but I'll probably go down there this year, check it out and film it. I don't know where I want to do it at, man. Underneath the Blue Water Bridge or farther down, man. Well, I guess wherever I can find a spot to park, man. Sometimes it's pretty hard. All right, what time is it? Time to cook dinner? Yep, there's here. Yep. Think I'm gonna have some shit on a shingle tonight. Sounds good, man. I already got the hamburger on anyway. Make me a nice brown gravy to go with it. I like to have mine over them biscuits, man. The ones you open up and shit and they go pop. And I like to cut them in fours, man. And then bake them. And then pour my shit over top of them. It's cheaper, man. Anyway, bread gets old, man. Sometimes I make shit over shingles. Sometimes I make it over mashed potatoes. I like it over the biscuits cut up in fours like that, and then bake them, man, and pour it over top. Went and brought some of that. What is it? Better than boying? That shit's softer than boying, man. Holy moly! Go back to scratch, man. I used half the amount they recommended. It was so salty, man. And I was like, I didn't taste any of the beef or chicken flavor, or what was I had both beef and chicken. Could taste the flavor or nothing, man. Even the onion one I brought. All it did taste like salt, man. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Go in and cook some dinner and feed the cats again. Like trying to keep them kittens full, man. They're eating 3 or 4 times a day. She quit. As a matter of fact, when whatever it is she got, they threw over the fence. She was nursing them for 3 or 4 days, somewhere around there. After that, but she got sick, and I think she had instinct. Something wasn't right, man, because she's all of a sudden she just quit nursing them, man, and they weren't ready to be completely winged. As a matter of fact, you can still see milk in her to this day. So I think what happened was, man, that's how they got sick from nursing off her. And she's getting looking a little bit better, man, too. The one kitten's looking good, I guess. Can't say that. I thought that about the other ones. Uh, the other one, it's eating pretty good. Started eating real good. Matter of fact, it was so tiny and small, man, that it was taking on that big orange cat, man. Swatted that big orange cat in the head and shit, man. Because it was eating. And then Matter of fact, it wouldn't. That little sick cat wouldn't let anybody around that food, man. Probably because it was so hungry for so long, man. If you following me on my YouTube channel, you know damn well, man. I feed them cats good, man. But I guess it's time to go cook dinner and feed the cats. I didn't even get my fishing license this year. I didn't go fishing at all, man. And I guess sometimes you sacrifice, man. So that's what life's all about. Not being selfish. Yeah, tonight's gonna be a good night, man, to sleep with the windows open, man. Be perfect. Yeah, it's been this summer, man. It started off. It went from hot to cold, hot, go back for it, man. If I could just messed up everything right at the beginning, man. And we never really got any of them hot days, man. I think like we got like 290-degree days, man, right around there. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure somewhere around only two. It's been way below temperature, man. The rain that caught up, man. I ain't looked, man. I don't believe anything they're saying anyway. But just from observing with my own eyes, I know we were below rainfall because it got pretty dry and pretty bad for a while and shit. But all the rain we got recently and shit, I'm sure we caught up, man. Yeah, I hardly seen any bugs. It's crazy, man. See flies, but we seen for a short period of time, about for a week, we seen the monarch butterflies in our backyard because I planted milkweed, but nothing happened there. That was only a short period of time. I ain't seen no bats. Noticed less and less squirrels. Used to be dozens and dozens, man, on these couple blocks here, man. See a couple of them. That's it now. But I see a lot of critters from the countryside made their way into the city. The foxes, the turkeys, more and more possums, raccoons. I think Wayne and Macomb County got skunks with rabies, man. I have to keep an eye out for the ones that hang out here. Climb up, dig up underneath my fence, man. I block it off, man. He just moves down a foot, man, digs up underneath there. Block it off. He just moves down another foot and digs underneath there. Fine. I said, that's the way you can come in, man. I still ain't got me one of them skunk traps, man. So I ain't gonna kill it, I'll catch it and take it. Don't. to the country and let it go. Or, but all I got is a live trap for the cats, man. I ain't getting sprayed by no skunk. I was saying this the other day ago. You notice cats don't get sprayed by skunks. They'll sit there and they'll share the same plate of food, man. And just the way it is. But a dog, you always hear about a dog getting sprayed, don't you? Because it's got that wildness in it, that aggressiveness, man. It's got to get that skunk. But the skunk and the cats get along. So do the possums and cats, man. All right, man. Peace, love, and understanding. Much respect, man. Be that of God, God's army, or an army to fear, man. They fear the truth. Well, all right, y'all.